Hey guys, back with more Final Fantasy. Continue the story. The trolley problem. Oh, valued customers. Were the other mode of help? Of a fashion, they told us of a trolley that runs through the bath ring, at least. But am I correct in thinking that there was a reason not to do so yourself? When first we asked? Yes. Okay. You see, it is impossible. For there was a hulking thing of stone, the Telos. It opened the gate, they say. But none operates such a thing now. I do not even know if it yet exists. I do not know, but you should travel east to Mount Biran Mines. That is where the trolley controls stand. I still see the miners there from time to time. If anyone knows what happened to Talos, it would be them. Thank you. You've been a great help. We're off to Mount Biran then. Let's hope that someone will be there to answer our questions. I'll probably do these quests later on, not straight away. Mayhap the power of light is the root of this land's desolation, or mayhap the fault lies with man and his insatiable greed. What a sight. Oh, pardon me. It's a bit daunting, isn't it? I suppose. The scale of the track is impressive, I'll give them that. Now we only need to follow it until we come to the mines. There is an iguana with a rhino horn. It even charges at you. Let's anchor it. In the video is there. This lever can't have been designed for a person to operate. Also, he must be a giant. It's quite big, mind you. I don't know where Oyonja is. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanisms for dispatching this body are here. Just as Sun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Sun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can deduce anything useful in their absence. I'm in favour of the latter. Something near the entrance to the mines proper caught Oyonja's eye. Meet us there if you find anything. Ah, the Oyonja is further in. Look over us adorn aroused, but they nevertheless appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issue. Conspicuous cup. The cup is slightly warm and a fair amount of tea seeps over long if the colour is any indication remains within. Let's get closer. Well, there's that ether current. No. Okay. Justin. The adventures within suggest that this must have been a passenger car. Oddly enough, though it's clearly old, it appears to be well maintained. So obviously people still maintain. Huh, there's a stone giant. Ah, Kuto. What has so discerned? I see. Indeed, thine observations are consistent with mine own. But let us refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lickworm tea besides. The levers for switching tracks looks like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. It is my belief that no person is meant to. This Talos, bear more than a passing resemblance to Golem's source, nor does it appear to be the sole example of its kind. The proliferation of Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanism here, suggests a considerable number were once in operation. Alas, this specimen and its fellows now lie lifeless and broken, and I know not how to repair them that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. And without the aid of the Talos, even if they were somehow able to unbar the trolley's path, we would still have no means of propelling it. We might not know how to repair the Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever is maintaining the cars and rails must know something that we don't. Let's ask them what it is, shall we? Rito, I do believe you will find a person of some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouses on the northwestern side of the tracks. While you two have a friendly chat, the rest of us will gently encourage those to the south to come out of hiding. Defend yourselves as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go then. So we were being watched. Suspicious man. Wicked, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here. Of that, I'm sure. Really? What are you? Oh, envoy of darkness and light. No? Okay then. Fresh spaceman, world muscle. They elected to take up arms against us, so the outcome was plain from the first. I feel a bit bad for them. Why? Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Do we honestly look like we need to steal what? Some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. A likely story. You look well. You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all the way out here is to ship the machinery for parts. Oh, uh, I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto world's end. On their journey they met a sorcerer, as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that that's a serious conjecture, no. I suppose I am a bodyguard of a sort, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances. There, I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. Gods grant me strength. If I may, we're actually searching for means by which to travel to the Bath Arena. We were hoping that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realise that we haven't gone off to the best of starts, but if you know anything about how we might get it working, the trolley? The trolley? You should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training, in fact. Eric and Beth at your service. Technically, I'm a miner, and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working with a few other folks to get it up and running again. And before you ask, yes, it's true that there's little in need of transport these days, but that's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of it travelling the track once again would make hearts sore. Mark my words. You'll hear no argument from us. What progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we'd like, truth be told. Well, is there anything we could do to assist you? We could gather materials or help put pieces together? It's a sight more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak with him, if you like. We'll introduce you. Very well, our options are limited, and if this Magnus can explain whatever is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right, it looks like you'll be following us back to Twine then. If you're ready, we can leave right now. So, you haven't seen another fellow around here, have you? I thought he'd have come out by now. You think he'll be alright? That's well, I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I'll have a look, just in case. Go on ahead. Alright, looks like it'll just be you lot and me. Try not to let anything take a bite out of you on the way out of the rail yard. What's actually better, determination or crit? I mean, determination. Damn, that smarts. Did he have to pump me so hard? I'll be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. Not to be done about it now, though. I've pointed your over overgear or over overeager companions in the right direction, and they've gone on ahead. So we need to get moving. Normally we walk atop the track, but seeing as the young lady has a much shorter stride, that's more perilous a route than I'm comfortable suggesting. We don't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but have been on the receiving end of your friend's blows. I'm not worried on that account. Never mind, I suppose. Really? Wait a moment, I think I hear something. Oh, there's something, alright, run. Well, I don't need to run. Gibbering Coyote. Sorry about that. I'll admit, I didn't expect this route to be quite so fraught with danger. We're nearly to twine though, so we should make it without further incident. Are you sure about that? But to find a place like this so occupied, must have come dangerously close to being consumed by the flood. The town is small, but everything in it seems so purposeful. It's amazing. A testament to man's resilience, that civilization may yet be found at the very edge of the world. This is it. Welcome to Twine. The original dwellings were built to house those labourers tasked with building the track. Over time, miners came to seek their fortunes. That's what made the town grow to what you see before you today. But it was still the trolley that brought them here. As you've doubtless noticed, the track goes to the very heart of the town. It was the heart of the town, back when the trolley still carried everyone home. At the end of each day, each hard day in the mines. Now there's no trolley, nor much work to be had in the mines. For that matter, the only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and those with nowhere else to go, or so they say. That should give you some indication of what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get the trolley running. Just don't expect too much aside from that. Well, that's encouraging, but I don't see that we have much choice. Let's go and meet the man. This is Magnus, he's our boss of FF14. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Or the four of you. Wicked White, if you're going to bother me, at least have the damned courtesy to stand still. Who thinks this one is deep in his cups? So he's drunk. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach the bath ring, so they came to ask about the trolley. What? There's nothing in the bath ring, not anymore. And especially not for frail little girls. Give it up. No. We must reach the bath ring. I must. There. So you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. The place is a ruin. Nothing more. And you're not getting there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessity that drives us to the bathroom ring. If you insist that the trolley is not an option, at least tell us why. No. I'm sick of people asking me about the philosophy. Leave me be. We'll speak outside. Damn. Seven hours. Dear, thank God. I sense there is more to this vigilant drunk in his tale. He only said that because he thinks I'm weak. He's right, but it can't be. It won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Oh, don't push yourself so hard. Oh, I'm sorry. I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Magnus has no intention of helping us, but perhaps we should ask the other residents. They may know something of the trolley. I'll take the north side of town. Let me know if you learn anything. Now I'll take the south. Banquet, although truly content to stand witness to fate's course and take no part. This isn't a matter of fate or undoing. It's about choice, and I've had years to decide where I stand. Minfilia has spent too long in chains already. I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what shape her destiny will take. It is for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That at least I can do for her. Oh, so be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. Oh, there you are. You'll be pleased to know that I've got our friend back home. No trouble. And he's just fine. He was a bit shaken up, so. And you? What did Magnus have to say? Ah, I did have a faint hope that your need might prompt him to action, but our interest has not. I suppose that was foolish of me. I'm sorry that we couldn't be of help, though I could at least show you the trolley car we have here, if you like. You could give it a stroke or two. It has some very smooth wood. Okay. You mean to say you're not giving up? Even knowing that Magnus is Magnus? I don't see much point in your being stubborn about it, though perhaps stubbornness is exactly what this situation calls for. Can't fall giant without an appeal, after all. I can't imagine anything you try will work, but if you're certain, help me make preparations in the event that it does. To that end, take this toolbox. We're going to inspect the rails. I'll have a look along the tracks for anything next. You bring the tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I stop to work. Open the toolbox next to Jerry. We open the box, revealing the proud array of heavenly. Brilliant. Now if you could hand me what I need as I work, that would be a help. In this case, well, this bolt is loose for one matter. We can't have that. I'll need to tighten it. Um, a mid-sized wrench. Thank you. This one will do nicely. Now give me one moment and... There. I don't see any other problems here, so let's continue along the track. You sit down in the toolbox, the muscles of your arms drawing profound relief and opening it once again. They're quite handy to have around, you know. Well, thank you. As to a lamp here, these aren't often necessary these days, but if we're going to do this, we might as well do it properly. And if, by some miracle, the night returns, as it did in Lakeland, well, it's a nice thought. Anyhow, a bit of this post seems to have splintered. Whether it's a lamp is to be lit or not, we wouldn't want these little pieces of wood jabbing the next person who comes through here to do maintenance. I'll need to sand it down a bit. A rough file. Yes, a wood file is perfect. Let me even this out. That should do it. I'll bring some varnish along next time to finish the job. I haven't spotted any other problems, so we can move along now. Unless you'd like to take in the view of the tracks from here for a bit longer. It's breathtaking, I know. Mining has always been the primary vocation of folks in the hills of Amber, you see. But after a certain point, they had dug up everything that could easily be reached and carried back by manpower alone. It was then that the Nabath Empire struck upon the idea of the Talos, which they had seen at work abroad. At great expense, the Nabath brought the Mistel engineers who specialised in Talos here to the hills, and when you know it, the mining industry picks right up again. Twine itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. It was named after entwining of towers, the fruitful cooperation between the native Ronso and the newly come Mistel. But that, like so much else, fell apart in the wake of the flood. Mistel left taking their knowledge with them. It was 15 years ago that the last of them, folks from Daedalus Stoneworks, took off for Elmore, and now no one remains that can repair and operate the Talos. But there's no use in lamenting what can't be changed, and there's one more thing we need to do while we're out here, so we might as well get to it. Creatures occasionally make their nests on the tracks, you see, and it falls to us to remove them when they do. The creatures are angry when disturbed, which is natural, but nevertheless a danger to anyone passing by. It's not my favourite task, to be honest with you. As you may have noticed, I'm not terribly suited to confrontation. That said, would you follow the tracks north and remove any nests you find for me? I'll keep an eye on things from here. Sure. Thank you. That should be everything taken care of. In return for your help, I will tell you a bit more about the trolley. Nothing that can get it started again. Though, as I said, the only people who knew how to repair the tails are long gone. When they left, the life began to fade out of the town. The trolley's tracks rusted, and its cars fell into disrepair. Now, I was born in Twine, raised there. My first word, trolley. Damn it. And those were the worst years of my life. But then, about 7 years passed. Magnus and his wife returned to us. Magnus is a real, proper trolley engineer, and perhaps he would never have left in the first place if it hadn't been for his son. As you're well aware, Amarang is hardly the safest place, and Magnus wanted his child to grow up away from its dangers. It didn't help in the end. The Senators got the boy. Isn't that always the way? Oh. The child had always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus's trolley running again, so in his memory they returned to Twine side fixing those rusted rails and broken cars, and it was going well for a time. Wicked White, vultures, are they back for revenge? Never mind, I don't want to find out. Scaredy cat. They ain't gonna little, bite your head off for a bit. Nice work out there. And now you know the story of the trolley. Won't do you much good without the Talos though. If there was even a single one that still functioned, things might be different. But, well, here we are. Not that it'll do you any good, but we do have a Talos we've been meaning to repair. I can show you if you like. It'll certainly be nice to hear something other than Magnus's gripping for a change. Looks like someone's already beat us here, but please, look about as much as you like. Thou art come to examine the Talos. So this is the one. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. I see. The means to build Talos stone by stone are lost to us. It is true. But here before us slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed. Were it not for a few minor fault failings, it would be in working condition. It will likely require naught but a few modest repairs and a sufficient of either. Well, if you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you. But what exactly do you reckon is the problem? I should stress that I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me, as I did suspect from the first. It is host to a network of veins through which ether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How is the hells did you get all that from just a glance? I take it you have thought up a solution then? To bridge these fissures require a material highly conductive to ether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the Talos to life. Might I prevail upon thee to acquire that which you require? Not far beyond the walls of Twine dwelleth a creature of living stone, the deputed. All sure am I that stone from such a being prove most suitable to our needs. Okay, very good. I shall have banquet and Minfilia send me in remaining preparations. I spread but free obstruction to the flow of the ether in the Talos, and thus would I after you provide 3 stones of the deputage. All else will be made ready upon thy return. So slay the British for their fragment. History had a mage like him around sooner. As you might imagine, we've had trouble convincing people to come here to help. They refuse outright or demand payment far beyond anything we could hope to afford. It's why we made such little progress in repairing the Talos. We've poured over every scrap of paper left behind by Daedalus stoneworks, hoping we might learn how it's done. But there isn't just enough. Angrid and Minifia will return ere long, with the remaining supplies we require. Is there succeeded in procuring stone leverage? Yep. Fine specimens, one and all, you have my thanks. We need now but wait for Angrid and Minifia's return. From end to end, paths by which ether may flow through the Talos have been duly mended. They but require a sufficient endowment. It's not moving. Strange. The core refuses to stir. I feel the condition of this Telos is more dire than I previously surmised. As a heart-driven blood through a man's veins, so doth the pure ether throughout its massive frame, failing its repair or replacement. The Telos cannot be restored. So it was the heart, after all. Does this foresee this outcome? Well, no, not exactly. We had never gotten this far in trying to repair it, so we had no way of knowing the heart was the core problem. We had tried to find another, in case things turned out as they are now, but... Garrett? This isn't really my story to share. Please, Garrett, if something went wrong, maybe we can help. Did someone die? Or... Alright. After all you lot have done for me, I suppose it's the least I can do. Or maybe it was the child. Though the Talos wants for a beating heart, it would appear thine efforts were not for naught. I hope Jarrett doesn't get in trouble for telling us what happened. What could be so terrible, he'd want to keep it from us. Right then, the Talos. Their hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sort with sufficient electrical conductivity. Both it and the other materials used in the construction of Talos bodies are mined in the same place. That place, of course, being here, the Hills of Amber. And it was 3 years ago when she... No, I can't. I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it from Beth or someone else. So, someone very close to? Back to the tavern, then. Still here, eh? You can ask again, but the answer is the same. Our trolleys are... What? God damn it, Derek. Should have at least finished, so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Yeah. Seeing how you made such quick progress in the Talos and all, he was probably thinking you could help change things around here. And I think he may be right. Gather your friends and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was.
So Magnus's wife, I'm guessing she died or something.
When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed.
Damn.
We labored day and night to clear away the rubble. But it took us 2 months to find her.
Wow, 2 months.
To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
Okay.
What were their names?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers.
Ah. This is back in Final Fantasy 14 version 1.0.
I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabath Areng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
There was more we could do for you. I truly do. But after Agnes' accident, no one is allowed near those mines. Why must he always treat me like this? Full well do I know the pain of loss. Heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there is but one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. But knowest thou any location wherein we find the stone we require, no matter how scant the possibility, we would seize it. I told you, near all of the plains were tapped dry years ago. So I suppose if you really wanted to try, you may find something at Levy's Leavings. It was opened well before the tailors became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you get there, look for Gafton and tell him I sent you, but don't be surprised if he tells you the same thing. Fine assistance is most appreciated. So I think it best thanked for thee in this search, though he would just be quick to deny it. His heart is in turmoil, and his thoughts clouded. It would be unwise to ignore his distress. Okay. Want me to speak to Frankfurt? Should be around here somewhere. There it is. Out to somewhere, are you? At last, a head on the stone. We need to power the Talos. I cannot very well have you go on your own. Lead the way. And this is where I need to be level 77. So I'm gonna end the stream here. And then I'm gonna do the side quests later on my next stream. So let's see who we can raid. Good. Bunny here. She's currently playing the Elder Scrolls for Oblivion. So yeah, I'll be back for more Final Fantasy 14, start side quests, and then the rest of the story. So see you next time. Bye.